In today's class, I will teach you the second rule of the Spanish accents. If you remember, in our previous lesson, I taught the Spanish hiatus and the Spanish diphthongs, okay? So that topic from our previous class was fundamental in order to learn our second rule of the Spanish accents. In total, we have 4 rules. Those 4 rules tell us when and how to use exactly and correctly the Spanish tildes, right? The Spanish accent, that little line that you see sometimes on top of some vowels, that is called tilde, okay? The word accent, acento, in Spanish means something slightly different than the tilde. What is accent in Spanish? In Spanish, technically, the word accent is used for the syllable, right, or the vowel that has the stress of the word, right, where the vowel where the word is stressed, that is called acento in Spanish, accent, okay? However, not all the words have a tilde, and all the words have an accent, right? For example, the word camino, right? Camino means path or way, camino. There is no tilde here, right? There is no tilde. There is just an I with a dot, right? Camino has no tilde. Nevertheless, it does have an accent. The accent is here in the I, right? So accent and tilde is not exactly the same thing in Spanish. I know that many people, many Spanish speakers call the tilde, they call it accent, okay? However, this is technically wrong. Tilde is the little line you can see here, while accent is just the place where we have the stress of a word. Okay, now our title for today is Segunda regla del uso del tilde. Second rule of the use of the tilde, or the Spanish accent, right? So, when do we use this second rule of the tilde? Here is it. Cuando la sílaba tónica está en la vocal débil de un hiato. Okay, I won't talk again about hiatus because I explained hiatus thoroughly in our previous class, right? So I assume you already know what an hiatus is and when we have an hiatus, okay? So I assume you understand which are the weak vowels and which are the strong vowels, okay? Good. So, what does this mean? Cuando la sílaba tónica está en la vocal débil de un hiato. It's exactly this. When the stress of a word is on the weak vowel of an hiatus, okay? So, we have a word. This word has an hiatus, right? If this hiatus is formed, well, actually, not all hiatus have a weak vowel. We have hiatus where we have 2 strong vowels, okay? However, if this hiatus has a weak vowel and the accent or the stress of the word is on this weak vowel, then we have a tilde, right? A tilde that is because of this second rule of the Spanish tildes. You will understand it better when we go through these examples, okay? So, remember what an hiatus is, okay? This is an hiatus. This is an hiatus. We have, within one word, we have 2 vowels that are together, but they are separated into different syllables, right, in the same word. So, in the word, both vowels are together, but they both form a different syllable, right? U and A are separated here, right? So this is an hiatus. This is what we taught in the previous class. So, we have an hiatus here, okay? where is the accent of the word? The accent is where the stress is. So let's read aloud this word. Actua. Actua. Where is the stress? The stress is in U. Actua. Okay? So, U is part of the hiatus, right? And U is a weak vowel. Therefore, U carries a tilde. Okay? You can see I wrote a tilde on top of the U. Let's review which are the weak vowels and which are the strong vowels. So, A, E, and O are strong vowels. I and U are weak vowels, okay? So here we have an hiatus formed by a weak vowel and a strong vowel. The accent, the intonation or the stress is on the weak vowel, right? Therefore the weak vowel becomes strong, okay? And therefore we have, instead of a diphthong, we have an hiatus, and the strong vowel carries the tilde, okay? So this is, I'm assuming you do remember our previous lesson. Okay, let's take a look at our second example, the word había. Había means there was, right? It comes from the verb haber. It is a conjugation of the verb haber. This is the verb in infinitive. Haber is one of the 4 most important Spanish verbs, okay? It's also the Spanish auxiliary verb used for conjugating tenses, okay? For example, I have gone, we use haber. Yo he ido, right? Okay. Había means there was. Here is the hiatus, okay? Here, hiatus. Hiatus is separated into 2 syllables, 2 different syllables. Again, había, the stress is on letter I, E, había. Therefore, since I is a weak vowel, it carries a tilde, right? Again, next example, licua. Licua comes from the word licuar. Licuar means to blend or to mix, right? For example, the Spanish word for blender, where we prepare a shake, right? A banana shake, a milkshake. The word is licuadora, blender. And licua is conjugation of the verb licuar, means to blend, okay? Actually, sorry, means blends. Licua. So again, we have an hiatus here, okay? An hiatus. Here it's separated into 2 different syllables. And licua. The accent, the intonation is on the U. U, licua. Therefore, the U, since it is a weak vowel, it carries the tilde, okay? We have next word, raíz. Raíz. Raíz means root. We have the root of a tree, the root of a plant, right? Or somebody's family roots, for example, okay? In Spanish we say raíces familiares, family roots, or raíz de un árbol, the root of a tree, or raíz de una planta, the root of a plant. So, here we have another hiatus, A and I. They are separated in different syllables. And the I, which is the weak syllable, the weak vowel, is where the accent or the stress or the intonation goes, okay? Raíz, raíz. So therefore it carries a tilde, the line. Next we have the word heladería. Heladería, which means ice cream parlor, right? It's a shop where we go to buy ice cream. heladería es a donde vamos a comprar helados. It's where we go, a donde vamos a comprar, to buy, helados, ice creams. Ok, heladería. Tenemos aquí un hiato. Here we have an hiatus. Y el hiato está aquí. Las dos vocales se separan. Both vowels are separated. La sílaba tónica está en la I. Heladería. Ia. Okay, so the accent is on I. Ia. Okay, since I is a weak vowel, it carries the tilde. Okay, our next example. Via. Via means a way or a route. Okay, way or route along which a car or a person or a chariot or whatever goes. Okay, via can be a water channel as well. That can also be a via, right? So via has an hiatus here, formed by a weak vowel and an A that is a strong vowel. Okay, and since the intonation, the stress is on the letter I, via. Therefore, letter I carries the tilde again. Okay, here we have two syllables, and here is the tilde. Our last example is sebúes. Sebúes is a plural word. Okay, plural word for cebú. Cebú. What is cebú? Cebú is a type of cow. A type of cow. It's that grayish, whitish cow that has a big hunch. Okay, it's not the Hereford type of cow or the Aberdeen Angus. It's the hunched cow, right? That is very typical from tropical climates, right? That hunched cow is called cebú. Cebú. And the plural for cebú is sebúes. Sebúes. And you can see we have an hiatus here. Sebúes. And where is the stress of the word? In the U. Sebúes. Ues. Therefore, since letter U is a weak vowel, it carries a tilde here, the little line, U. Sebúes. Okay, so why do we have to know how and when to use the tildes? In Spanish, using or omitting a tilde, using incorrectly a tilde or omitting it when a tilde goes, that is considered a typo. It is a mistake. It is a misspelling. Okay? And whenever a word carries a tilde, that tilde, it does have a purpose. This word is actúa. If we omit the tilde, instead of being pronounced actúa, it is pronounced actua, which means nothing. Había, if we omit the tilde, this reads había, okay, which means nothing. Licúa, if we omit the tilde, it is read licua, which is okay because the verb licuar is accepted as licúa or licua. Okay, so you can actually stress either the U or the I. Both ways are accepted. The word raíz, if you omit the tilde, this reads raíz, which means nothing. The word heladería, if you omit the tilde, this reads heladería, which means nothing, and actually it sounds more similar to the word refrigerator, which is heladera, right? Heladera means refrigerator, but heladería means nothing. the word via, if we omit the tilde, it reads via, via, which means nothing. And the word sebues, if we omit the tilde, it reads sebues, which also means nothing. Instead of being sebues, it reads sebues. Okay? So, tildes have a purpose in Spanish. Spanish is a regular language. Never mind if you read a word for the first time in your life and you have never heard that word before. If the word is correctly spelled and correctly written, you should have no problem whatsoever to read the word properly and to use the right intonation in Spanish, okay? Because of the rules of the tildes. So this is our rule number 2. If you have any questions, I invite you to write, to send me any comments, any suggestions, and in our following classes I will continue teaching our rules number 3 and number 4. Thanks for watching.